Okay. Let's do a little bit in depth post-fight. Let's talk about this. Let's have a conversation about Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. But more so, let's talk about Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin pushed the fight. Golovkin was the aggressor. Golovkin had the stiff jab. He outworked him. He outlanded him. I don't really know what else to tell. For the diehard Gennady Golovkin fans, listen, I said to you that in my last video that I did addressing Gennady Golovkin and what I needed him to do, and unfortunately the knockdown and the knockout did not happen. And that is the only way you're going to defeat Canelo Alvarez. You must knock him down on the canvas or knock him out. And I'm starting to lean towards you might have to knock him out. Oscar De La Hoya, this is the only cash cow Oscar De La Hoya has. He is not going to put him in fights where he's at risk to severely get hurt. Let me tell you what I did see, though, in this fight when it comes to the measuring stick of how Canelo is going to be in the middleweight division. He's got problems. And there are a lot of middleweights in the division who are taller. And what I saw Canelo reaching a lot. See what happened? Remember I mentioned that it's gone unnoticed, but that Canelo has severe stamina issues and all that extra mass and weight that he put on. See, when a fighter is moving up in weight and that they're supposed to be growing into the division, I should have at least saw a higher motor. His motor should never have dipped that bad. After the third, fourth round, he was, I don't care what nobody says, he was dead tired. He found a little bit of a second win. He fought the same way he does. This is what Abel Sanchez noticed. This is what I said when I assessed him. He fights in spots and he's lazy. Canelo is notoriously lazy. All that backing up on the ropes like Liam Smith, getting hit, and then he returns fire. James Kirkland, getting hit, then he returns fire. Okay? The only time you see him aggressive is when he is against smaller opponents. But when he's in the ring with guys who are his size or a little bit bigger, he is notoriously lazy. All right? And this is what you saw in this fight. Now, I don't understand how anybody can sit here with a straight face, whether you're a Canelo fan or you're not. And if you are a Canelo fan, do you honestly have Canelo winning that fight? 118 to 110. 118 to 110. I want you to let that seep in your head. Okay? You know how a 118 to 110 fight looks? That's 118 to 110 was the prelim fight that happened right before the Golovkin and Canelo fight, where a guy is so fast, combination punching, controls the distance in the fight, is landing the more effective shots, is the more effective aggressor, outclassing the guy. Did you guys see that in this fight? I mean, I'm really asking you to look really deep within yourself and be honest with yourself. You didn't see that kind of fight tonight. What you saw was Golovkin's jab and his size and his ability to cut off the ring. And I'm also going to tell you another thing too. Canelo's going to have problems with middleweights who can cut off the ring. He backs straight up. He getting hit. I can't really say anything else about it. Yes, he landed some thudding shots, but did you see Gennady Golovkin walk through it? So where was the shots that had a more of effect? Remember how Canelo is this real big, strong monster. There was no monster. If anything, and there now the question is Golovkin getting old? I don't think, if he is getting old, then that means that Canelo lost to a dude who's aging. Okay? And that also means that if Golovkin had met him 2 years ago, Canelo, his ass would have been knocked out in the 3rd round. Because at the end of the 3rd round, it seemed like to me, for about 5 rounds straight, Golovkin was coming on strong. I had even, in a group text, I had said, I think he might stop Canelo. Because Canelo was doing all that playing around and shaking his head, no. And I knew right then and there, I knew right then and there that those shots were affecting Canelo. And Canelo knew it at the end of the fight. Just look at the post-fight, his face. You know, it's kind of, in many ways, it's karma in a lot of ways. I believe, I was one of the people who believes that Golovkin lost against Danny Jacobs. I thought that was a close fight. All right? I thought that was a very close fight. I thought that Jacobs edged it. All right? So, in many ways, it's just like karma. But in other ways, now you guys should see what we're talking about, guys. We're not trying to bash somebody. First of all, when we talk about Golden Boy and those racist emails and how they refuse to address them, it's for a reason. They purposely had racial bias against a person who has never caused any problems in boxing, in Al Haymon. All right? And the fact that they refused to address it, the fact that you had guys like Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones Jr., whenever asked about it, nothing's ever said. I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling. And so that was one of our biggest reasons, and one of my biggest reasons for not wanting to promote this fight. But another reason is I told you guys in my Canelo video, I'm going to leave links in the description of all the videos that I've done in the lead up to this fight. And I told you guys with Canelo right now is the cash cow. He's never going to lose unless you knock him out. So that's all I got to say about this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Has your perception of Canelo changed? Do you guys see what we're talking about? Peace.